All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday Lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am DDO's community manager, Cordovan, and I'll be with you for the next hour, hanging out, having some fun, running on Argonescent with a epic level 30 character, running around a salt marsh here ahead of the, well, at least in the United States, Thanksgiving holiday and a big shopping holiday around the world as I understand it. Yeah, we got some sales too. I'm going to talk about them a little bit early. And I didn't even ask if I could, because I know I could. Anyway, welcome everybody. How's it going today? Yeah, we got our Black Friday sales kicking off early. We also have some bonuses in the works through the weekend. I can talk a little bit about what our future plans are. I'm going to be wrapping up Movember. I'm going to be doing a little bit I'm going to be wrapping up Extra Life. I will be doing a little bit for Movember here in the coming days. I don't know. Overall, we got a lot going on here. So, how's it going? If you're traveling today, be safe. And if you're not traveling today, congratulations. Okay, what do we got for our questions in chat before I get going too much? I am not sure about the question about Spectral Gloves giving a different set bonus when upgraded from Heroic to Epic, if that is working as intended. My guess is it should be what is stated in the tooltip. If that is not correct, then that's probably not working as intended. I'm aware, Pedro over on Facebook, that the spell Good Hope is not currently targeting the caster since update 51. That's a bug that we need to fix, and we will hopefully fix in the near future. As someone who likes their Good Hope spell, I am well aware of that particular bug. Sorry about that. What is with the foghorn? That I don't know. Any talks of doing a... Is my volume off? I haven't... Actually forgot to check my mic level here. Okay, it is up. Alright. There we go. My mic level has been brought down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Sorry about that. Is there a druid class? Yes. Vecna over on YouTube. Would we consider passive key generation for the monk's bows shuriken? Passive key generation for monk bows and shuriken. That would be a question for the design team. As long as you retained, the push and pull mechanic of key, I don't see why that would not be possible. It's Fate Singer's Destiny Mantle on the horn. Oh, okay. Is that what's going on? My mic looks funny. Yeah, it's picking up a little bit of, it's a little wrinkle in the screen. And it's reflecting off the light. That's what's going on. Alright, well, I think that's what we're gonna do, but before I get too far along, like I say, the goal ultimately is I'm gonna be just kind of hanging out, having some fun, doing some questing, kicking off the holiday for many, as it were, but really I'm also here for you, and what you want to know is not how am I going to do on questing in Saltmarsh today, it's what are the Black Friday sales, am I or am I not correct? So let me go and put up this screen here, and I don't know if I can share this or not. I think I can do this the old-fashioned way, which is to cheat and actually just screen grab it. So I'm not going to be able to see your chat here for just a second, but let me do this, see if that works. It does! Alright. This is the page that's going to be live later today, later being probably sometime mid-afternoon, so a couple hours from now. So it's not currently available, as in at 12:06 p.m. My understanding is it is not currently available. It will be available soon, however, and this is AMR&B, our Black Friday sales for Dungeons & Dragons Online for the holiday weekend, available through Monday, November 29th. Over in the DDO market, we're going to have 85% off Masterminds of Sharn, 60% off Fables of the Feywild. In the DDO store, we have Heroic and Epic Autos boxes and the Tensor's weapon box back. We have double bonus points plus going on. Double bonus points plus gets you either a lesser or greater elixir of discovery based on how many points you pick up. And that's also twice the bonus points in the store. That's through Monday. Again, all this through Monday, November 29th, kicking off later this afternoon. We also have 75% off Heroic True Hearts of Blood, 50% off Monster Manuals, 35% off Sentient Toolkits. Also on sale, we've got Mirrors of Glamoring, Bypass Timers, select cosmetic outfits, hats, helmets, hair dyes. That's for the weekly sale through December 2nd. We do have our coupon that's not live yet. That coupon code will be Peace and Quiet. And then we do want to remind people about the free coupon as well. That's going through the end of the year here on the DDO side. Now on the Lotro side, if you ever wanted to play our other game, you've got through November 30th. That ain't that long from now. That's less than a week now. So if for some reason you're sitting here and playing DDO and going, well, maybe someday I'll check out their other game, do it now. Just quick make up an account and then apply the code there, Lotro Quest 2021, to it so you get basically all the stuff. I mean, why not do it, right? But for those people on the Lotro side, they've got through November 30th. On the DDO side, we have through December 31st, so you have more time to do that sort of thing. They started earlier. But so that's what we got going on. So the big stuff we got going on for Black Friday sales: 85% off Masterminds of Sharn, 60% off Fables of the Feywild, Heroic Epic Autos, Tensors, double bonus points plus with the Elixirs of Discovery, 75% off Heroic True Hearts of Blood, 50% off Monster Manuals, 35% off Sentient Toolkits. And that is our sales. The other thing, we do have a bonus that's going into effect a little bit early. I can't speak for QA, so I don't know when they're going to get to it today. But normally it goes on Thursday morning, but because no one on QA wants to get up on Thanksgiving morning either just to enable a bonus when we could just as easily put it live this afternoon and give everyone a little extra time, which sounds good, which is what we're doing. It's a buddy boost weekend. I assume that's going to be about a 5% XP boost for every member in your party or raid group. If we don't do the raid group side, we generally bump it up to 10% per party member. I don't know which one we're doing this time around. My guess is the former, so it'd be 5% parties and raids. And that's also through Sunday, November 28th, so that one will be shut off on Monday morning. And that'll be our bonus days bonus here for the weekend. A buddy boost. So a good time to be running with your friends. All right, now that I've got that done, let me take a look at chat now that I could see chat room again. Did I cause anything to explode? 85% off Sharn, that is correct. Yeah, that's in the DDO market. That'll be this afternoon. We do not have the upgrade functionality in place for Sharn or Fables of the Feywild. That was something that we were able to put in place with Saltmarsh and hopefully future packs going forward. But redoing them for all the older packs is probably not something we can do. Generally, it would involve making a whole spider web of like package offers because of the tech that was used at that time to make them. Now, we could someday do the work to get that done or implement them in the new store, and all of those are options that just haven't happened yet, so we shall see. Have I gotten any snow? No snow yet, not in Massachusetts. It's been cold. We've had a couple of days in the 30s and all, but no snow yet. Okay, Zachary over on YouTube. Are the devs aware about the issues with graphics settings not saving? This has been going on for this person for a while now. Generally, the cause of that is that you don't have write permissions for the user interface or user preferences.ini file that is in your My Documents. So what's probably happening is normally the graphics would be set in a file, a raw text file that's in your Documents folder. And it'll basically say what the resolution should be. You can modify that yourself, frankly, by opening it up into Notepad and saving it. But if you don't have write permissions properly to that wherever it's going, that's probably what's causing it to reset every time, because it doesn't know how to properly save that. I don't exactly know how to fix that for you, other than to suggest maybe, yeah, I don't know. Change the directory of where your My Document sits, perhaps. Do an express installation or something like that. A repair functionality might work. Running it as an administrator might work to reproc the Windows UAC. But basically, that's probably what you'll need to do. And I bet technical support can actually walk you through the process of how to do that. And you can get in touch with them through help.standingstonegames.com. See, I think I want to say running DDO as an administrator would check that, and then if it needed to, it would ask. But if the issue is ultimately that you got some kind of weird thing going on where it's just not giving you the option to ask, maybe technical support can help you with that one. Is anyone else experiencing lag the past few days? Yeah, that's worth mentioning here. So, we are aware of the challenges we've had sometimes with game performance in recent weeks, and this most recent patch put in a fix that has led to some pretty significant improvements for people who had been impacted by it. Now, what was it that they were being impacted by? Would be what's often shorthanded as Reaper enhancement lag, or Reaper tree lag, would be, I guess, probably the way that people like to call it. But we were able to put into a patch this week a pretty significant fix where we basically rewrote how that section works with loading your Reaper tree enhancements when you load and unload into an instance. And it's led to a pretty significant improvement for people who were impacted by that and their friends who were often on the same shard as them and what have you, right? So we made a pretty big stride this week toward improving things, and we're pretty happy with the result, and we've been hearing from you that in many cases you're happy with the result as well. Now, that hasn't solved everything, and that we're also well aware of. We do have further things that we are working on with our engineering team and others that will be hopefully rolling out in the near future. The other thing we've done is we've done some work on the hardware side. That happened this week as well for both games. When we brought the worlds down this Thursday, the technical operations team had done a bunch of, I guess you could call it, what's the term? What's the term, and can I say it? I can probably say it. Anyway, the term is Vmware Balancing, essentially. And it has to do with, managing the hardware and virtual software environment and all the rest that happens with technical things of this nature. And so there was some work done this week on balancing of the various components of our hardware environment as well. So we've seen some improvement related to both those changes, but we know that there's more yet to do, and that work is ongoing. It's actually one of our absolute top priorities right now is to continue to work on game performance and lag. And we are really happy with the work that we were able to accomplish this week due to the hard work that others had done. But we know that we're not done yet either. So hopefully that's a little bit of a state heading into the holiday here of the sitch with lag. But that's what we got going on. So, all right. I mean, I'm not going to get into it because as soon as I use technical terms, people who know these terms often like to pontificate about how things should be run and what all that sort of thing. And I'm not qualified, so I'm not qualified to speak to it. But I would just say that we're always working on things like server environment balancing. I mean, that's what they do that a lot, right? There's a lot of that stuff that happens. But some additional work was done this week related to it. I kind of could use a pocket healer. I think I'm going to get a Garrett quick. Let me pop up a screen. Trying to be good about not showing the DDO store name here. You would like to know about Black Friday sales too? Well, you should have been here about 5 minutes ago. That's where I was going through all the sales. I even snuck the page up before it was live. All right. I'm not hearing the game audio. Let me check my game audio options here, see what I got going on for audio quick. Yep, that's why. Okay. Yay. Okay, good, good.
I'll head to the lower level and try to distract a couple of Sahuagin patrol.
We have listed in the FAQ. I should know that off the top of my head. I can't think of the proper date for that now, but I could look it up real quick. It's in the Saltmarsh FAQ. The question is, when are we going to have Saltmarsh available for points? And that information is listed in the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh FAQ. So either someone look that up real quick and tell me, or I can look it up real quick in a second here. But February. Okay, February, someone says in chat. Yeah, I knew that we'd actually given a time for that, so I just couldn't think of it at the top of my head. Where is the sale page? It is currently in staging. That's where the sales page is. I will get to it. When the sales are ready to go live this afternoon, I will be doing that work to publish them live. But I did sneak them out on the show a little bit early. I could say also the boost this weekend is a buddy boost. That should also, I believe, be going live a little bit early today. Normally those go live on Thursday mornings, but we're... I think just so that no one has to actually come in on a Thursday morning here, this Thursday of the holiday. I think we're just going to enable it early. I'm just basically running and gunning my way through this while I talk to you.
This looks and smells like
Yeah,
it's the place where the
it's a good fight.
Sahuagin is spooned.
I like our OTG. So I found out just recently, I have a twin brother for those who don't know, and I found out recently that the old Grenadier Dungeons & Dragons miniatures that he and I had when we were kids, which I had thought were long gone, are in fact not gone and sitting at my brother's house. And he discovered that when he was cleaning out basically his basement recently, and stumbled across it and was like, hey, you know, I still have the old Otiug Grenadier monster minis and all that sort of thing. And I was like, what? True. So I'm hoping to maybe snag those from him if he doesn't want them anymore, which he's working to make some room. So, you know, that could actually happen. And that would be pretty sweet. Maybe I'll show them off on stream here. I had a whole bunch of, like, the Wizard's Lair, the Halflings, the Monsters, which was my favorite of all of them. And part of the reason it's on my mind fairly regularly is that Tolero actually has those same minis, but still has them. And when we were pre-pandemic playing tabletop D&D in the office, she would often have her minis with her, and I'd take a look at them and she's like, "Oh man, I had that set. I loved it so much." And come to find out, it's still here. It's still available. So that's pretty sweet. And I'm pretty psyched to take a look at them again. So. Now, I will say this. They were painted by 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. So, you know, the minis themselves, you know, they don't have like a big collector value. But they have a lot of personal value still to me. And I would maybe repaint them. They could be repainted. They were painted back in the day with old Testor's enamel paints or whatever. So, but you know, as you do, as you do.
You hear the wheeze of labored breathing. A lone figure lies curled up in the far corner. There's
Yeah, they still have a little collector value if I were to even want to sell them, which of course I don't. Just because of the age. But my actual plan would be just to restore them and hang on to them. So, all right, before I go down there, I'm gonna pop around a little bit first. All right. Let me get back to chat. Are any more dragon breaths planned, like a green ancestry? Not planned as in I'm aware of it currently being worked on. But I would say there is... I would be surprised if that never happened. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say it might. But nothing that I'm really aware of in the short term.
Enjoy the moment, but don't let this distract you from the mission.
Okie dokie. What does the new gold roll mount look like? It's similar to the nightmare mount without the equipment and such on it, is my understanding. And I believe it even got showed off on Lamani or something by somebody. Alright, so we're back to where I was there. What do I want to do? Slaughter. Yeah, down to level 2. Do I want to just go down to level 2 yet? I don't think so. Okay. I do know what the Black Friday sales will be. I just put them at the start of the show here. You should have been there. Now, I can probably go through the Black Friday sales again here in a little bit. The other bit of pretty big news that I would mention here for today is that in 1 week's time, that would be December 1st, we are going to be reopening the next season of Hardcore. So that'll be happening on December 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern is the current formal time that we're planning to open the game world, because we would like to, make sure that we open it at a time that works for everybody, and there's lots of opportunity to grab names and what have you. So that is currently planned for December 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll be opening the next Hardcore season, and that will be running until 1 p.m. Eastern on February 1st. So it's a shorter run of the Hardcore season this time around. And it's a encore of Season 1 with a few exceptions. So the main exception being that there's a new cloak. You can't get that Hardcore Season 1 cloak. That was for Season 1. However, the Bloody Footprints will be making a comeback. You have, however, 1 month less to get them in. And that's the ultimate sitch with Season 5 of the Hardcore. It's an encore of Season 1 with its own new cloak. Otherwise, the rewards of Season 1. Unlike the very first Season 1, this is not VIP gated. Season 1 was the only one, I think, that we actually VIP gated, right? And so we'll be opening it to, everybody just like usual. But the only real item difference, though, is it's going to have a new cloak. And then for those who... This is where I've already been. Yep, okay. In case I can read that. So, the Bloody Footprints are back. That's the big thing. But you got 1 month less to get it done in. And that's the deal with the next season of Hardcore. That kicks off on December 1st. At 1 p.m. Eastern and runs until 1 p.m. Eastern on February 1st. Yes, I believe the cloak is in the same style, and the big difference being that it does not have the 1 on it, it rather has a 5 on it. All right. No news on a DDO Classic server. Nothing I've heard of in the works there. You missed the end date for Hardcore. That would be February 1st. All right. You know what? Let me sit. Let me take a breather here for a second. I sit for a spell. That's not gonna work. All right. Well, anyway, let me go redo the sales quick. Let me pop up a different screen. There we go. All right, our Black Friday sales. Let me pop that up again. All right, so everyone remember it this time. I'm not going to repeat it again. Actually, it's going to be on again in about an hour or two when we're ready to go. But it's currently not yet live. This is what's going to be happening later this afternoon. This is not yet live. Not yet live. But it will be soon enough. Okay, available through Monday, November 29th. 85% off Masterminds of Sharn. 60% off Fables of the Feywild. In the DDO store, Heroic and Epic Autos boxes and a Tensor's Weapon box. Double Bonus Points Plus is back if you get double bonus points, you'll get twice the bonus points in the DDO store. In addition, a lesser or greater Elixir of Discovery based on what you get. And that'll be through Monday, November 29th. We also have 75% off Heroic True Hearts of Blood, 50% off Monster Manuals, 35% off Sentient Toolkits. This is all available through Monday, November 29th. Our weekly sale for the week is Dress to Kill. That's Mirrors of Glamoring, Bypass Timers, select cosmetic outfits, hats, helmets, hair dyes. That's through December 2nd. You've got the weekly coupon that'll be going live later this week for a lasting potion of Resist Sonic ×5. And then we want to get the word out on the same sales page because a lot of people take a look at it. Want to make sure that everyone's well aware of this coupon as well, DDO Quests 2021, and you have through December 31st to redeem that. But it's a good opportunity to bring it back in front of everyone's eyeballs if maybe you don't normally pay attention, but you will check out our Black Friday ads, perhaps. That's why we made sure to put this on the page as well. If you have not yet used DDO Quest 2021, make sure you do so through December 31st. But the big stuff here, 85% off Masterminds of Sharn, 60% off Fables of the Feywild, Heroic Epic Autos boxes, Tensor's Weapon box, double bonus points plus with Elixirs of Discovery, 75% off Heroic True Hearts of Blood, 50% off Monster Manuals, 35% off Sentient Toolkits. And that, my friends, is that. All right. Back to the question. Okay. Yep. So, yep, on December 1st, the next season of Hardcore is going to be going live, and with that is an opportunity how about if I do this and activate my Stalwart Defense? Oops. That'll help. So Season 5 is an encore of Season 1 with its own new cloak, and that begins at 1 p.m. Eastern on December 1st, runs until 1 p.m. Eastern on February 1st. Yes, we will also be doing December deals this year. We'll have information about that next week, right? But we will be doing December deals as well in December. And those are general, kind of similar to what we do in July. There are special weekly deep discounts that we do every week through the month of December. The other piece I would mention, let's see, I got the bonus, I've got the Black Friday stuff, I've got now December deals, and I've got Hardcore taken care of. We do have a patch in the works as well. And then also we're not that far away from two things. One being Festival, and the other being Update 52, which actually is going to be basically a free dungeon and a smaller update for December here. Quite a bit smaller, but, you know, a smaller update for December. All right. Right. We make you work for it. All right. Groovy. It is done. It is not VIP only. Hardcore Season 5 is not VIP only. Okay, that's actually where I just... Well, oh, here we go. Cool.
The ground trembles, and the water rises once again. The Sahuagin must be using magic to sink the entire fortress.
It is shortened as well, yes, by quite a bit. By a whole month.
The ominous sound of Sahuagin chanting comes from a nearby room.
I believe the same champions as Season 1, yes. I will actually have to double check on that. I'm not quite sure. The other piece that I would mention that is a little new is that we have Festivault kicking off as well. My understanding is that similar to previous years, the way it'll work is we'll have Festivault coins begin to drop, and then a week later we'll have the Jester of Festivault arrive, and that should be going really through the month of December here. And then in January, I would expect us to probably have the Snow Peaks Festival. But the Festivault Jester, I believe, will also be debuting in early December. We may be able to get the coins dropping as soon as update 52, which would, I believe, be December... Well, I think that we're currently thinking that update 52 would be something like December 8th. So we could have the coins drop, say, starting on the 2nd, and then the Jester arrives, say, something like the 9th. So that's a possibility that perhaps we can do here. And that would be a nice early start to Festivault this year, which would be kind of nice. So I think that's the short-term calendar then, because we've got Hardcore, we've got Festivault, we've got Update 52 with a free dungeon, we've got... yeah, and that pretty much carries us through to the end of the year as far as I can tell. So, should be pretty cool there. Yeah, we have a slightly updated cookie list this year, is my understanding, similar to what we usually do for that. Now, I was not involved this year. This year, I believe Linabelle was able to get that work kind of squeezed into all the other work related to Update 52. But, yeah, so that's what you can expect for Festival, similar to previous years. I believe you are right that the current default server is Argo, but I would actually expect to see that change in the very near future. Perhaps as soon as update 52 as well. Argonessen has been the default server for a while, and so we need to give someone else a chance, both for population balancing and just other reasons. So I would expect to see Argo get adjusted here pretty quickly. I don't know if it's going to be Galanda, but at last I heard that was actually maybe a possibility. Or Orion, I think, was the other one that we were looking at. No, Festival is not going away. What is sort of going away, basically, I think what you're confusing this with is the DDO Winter Games would be the old Rizia Ice Slide and Midwinter Festival. The Snow Peaks event largely is meant to replace that long term. I think even last time, though, we still kept it around a little while just for funsies and all. But really, though, the Jester of the Festival, though, is its own separate event, and there's no real plans to change that. Now, before I do that, let me go back. Any chance for a mega server? Probably not.
The underwater breathing device pulses with magic power. You and your companions can now explore the deep water.
I would expect to see us do something with the Snow Peaks in the future, in terms of, some adjustments to it or new versions of it and things like that. I think there's plenty of opportunity, actually, with the Snow Peaks Festival.
The lone figure cowers in the corner of the room. Must be one of the servants.
Yeah, I think Sev did talk about the why on no mega server in last week's show. Ultimate Fury. All right, let me head over to no questions from Facebook are answered. I'm sorry. I was just thinking, I haven't looked at Facebook in a while. Let me do that. It's a weekly Wednesday live stream, not a weekly answer every question. You can't expect every question query to be answered. I do my best. As long as you don't expect every question to be answered well, I will do my best to answer every question. No, I always do my best. But, yeah, I mean, the reality is, especially when you're being thrown kind of questions out of the blue and everything, you have some sense of what people are going to ask about, because it's what's going on in the game, right? But all you can really do is just do the best answer you can for the time, and hopefully it doesn't cause you trouble. Alright, now to go to the next level. But let me get back to those Facebook questions. I'm not seeing a lot, though, immediately to answer. What was, what's the new news on level updates for level 30? We will have more information in the future about any kind of level cap increase. That's not something I would be able to talk about today, sorry. I would direct you to our Q&A with Severlin last level. A level ago, we were all one level earlier. It was also last Wednesday. Last Wednesday's show. For more about that. Any thoughts about improving or adding additional challenge dungeons? I would say that it seems likely that we will have additional challenge-like dungeons in the future. Where I think we would see that is in seasonal events, perhaps in any kind of special, seasonal kind of, I guess, events. We could just do another challenge pack. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from doing that. I think the main reason it hasn't been done is that largely it operates on an older system than a lot of the newer quests do nowadays. But it also is one of those things that we use it a lot. We've used it a lot in recent years for things like
You can hear Sahuagin shouts and the clang of weapons nearby.
the Snow Peaks, for example, night revels, and things like that. And the idea of doing a whole other challenge pack hasn't really come up as something that there's a lot of interest on so far. Typically, we would prefer to offer things like heroic, epic, or heroic legendary, or something like that, instead of going the challenge route. And I think that there's some sort of systemic reasons, based on the fact that the challenge tech is often older tech, that has something to do with some of that willingness to want to make a new challenge pack. But as a system itself, though, it's an extremely valuable system. And so I'm sure we'll see more kind of challenge-scaled content in the future, whether it's a formal challenge pack or something else. I don't know. It could, though. It could theoretically be another challenge pack.
It looks like this area is destined to become a cell block and fortress. For the moment, it looks like it's being used to hold sea lions in nearby areas.
The challenge ranking board, will that ever come back? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, probably, on that one. That was an old system driven by the old MyDDO, if I recall correctly. That same basic API that has been long deprecated, as, thank God, it did. That thing was a mess. But it was a great idea. It was one of those things that it came with the best of intentions and everything. It just never really quite worked the way it wanted to. It was ahead of its time, shall we say. Kind of. I don't know, I'm being nice. Anyway, it was what it was. And as a result, I would not expect to see it make a comeback anytime soon. It was basically a bunch of old HTML type stuff that would try to load and often wouldn't.
I heard a low rumbling far off in the distance.
Alright. missing something. Okay. I am definitely missing something. That lever did something. That lever did something. What did it do? Unfortunately, I'm not seeing it. Alright. Moving on. I think I'm pretty much caught up on chat of import. Epic Destiny balancing is needed, so the OP stuff doesn't make some people abuse it top strong. So it is a little bit of a double-edged sword, is it not? When you get into a place where Epic Destinies are in a real good place right now in terms of power. They're more powerful and people are generally playing, I think. Or at least have an opportunity to play, I think. Content that at a higher difficulty level than maybe they had previously to update 51. Now, of course, that's a large statement, which means it's not going to apply to everybody. But I think in general, a bunch of people have come out ahead of the game with update 51. And that's great, right? That's cool. The Epic Destiny system offers a lot of neat power options and things like that. The double-edged sword for that is, well, what if we ever need to scale it back, right? You know, what if you got to nerf it? You don't want to make everyone OP and then have to nerf it. And I do think that we will see a little bit of balance adjustment in the future here and coming patches, just as we have now experienced the Epic Destinies in a live world environment. You're just by that nature going to see changes that need to be made. And so I would expect to see some changes happen here in the coming weeks and months. But I also wouldn't expect it to happen anytime soon. One of the things we also don't want to do is have some kind of knee-jerk reactions without kind of further seeing the full picture, as it were. So I think we're largely going to let it sit for the next few weeks outside of, you know, some bugs. We do have bug fixes in Update 52 as well. And I think we may even have a bug fix patch set also between now and the end of the year. But for the most part, you know, once the end of November starts to hit, you know, you get a lot. People have things to catch up on, and we have a lot of projects that we're already working toward next year, as it were, right? We've got a producer's letter to write and all sorts of 2022 planning to do, and then that's on top of getting, say, the free quest out, which we're going to be doing, and then doing an adventure pack here for Update 53, which I would expect to see sometime in, like, well, January, February, something like that. We'll have more information as we get closer to it. But that's going to be a raid and a new adventure pack, so that's cool. Alright, there we go. Dragon Soul Wisdom. It's actually not bad, even if it's common. And there we go with the Star Fragment. That's cool. Alright, well, we're pretty close to 1 o'clock here, so let me just kind of check, make sure there's nothing else I really need to talk about. I would mention there is not a DDO Chronicle this week. Reason for that being that I just don't have time between all the Black Friday sales announcements and the holiday and some other work that's being done, so I don't have time to get that done this week. But we do have, the Black Friday stuff kicking off later today. And you'll find that on DDO.com along with all of our social networks. Trust me, we're going to get the word out about our sales, and I'll be doing a bunch of publishing related to that for the weekend. So if you're enjoying the holiday weekend, I hope you have a good one. We've got a buddy boost. We've got some deep discounts. It's a great time to play DDO with your friends and family. Know that happens a lot as well during these long holiday weekends where people get together and play the game. So we've got the Reaper lag kind of fix in. That's nice. We have more work happening, and overall things are looking fairly good right now. We know we're not done, but things are looking pretty stable heading into the weekend, and we're pretty happy about that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everyone's going to have a really cool Thanksgiving or otherwise just a general decent weekend. And I will see you next Wednesday with more. And that will be the start of Hardcore. So I'll probably be on Hardcore. If Hardcore opens at 1 o'clock, I'll probably be talking about Hardcore and doing some things like that for next week. And then again, we'll have more information about the start of Festival here in the very near future as well. I would expect to see coins perhaps starting to drop as soon as December 2nd, and somewhere around December 9th, maybe the Jester's showing up. So there we go. And Hardcore starting on December 1st as well. All right. Okay. Have fun, everyone. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week.